Sorry. Here. And I'm going to destroy the warp gate. Now, up to the moment, the enemy hasn't attacked me, which is something I really don't want to change because I don't have much chance. However, in due time they will, and when they do, I would much rather they didn't blow up my whole world. So what am I going to do? I'm going to destroy that. As you can see, it's not exactly the toughest structure ever. But once that is blown up, they cannot attack from here. They can send small special operations units, but they can send... Okay. So they're sending me... Shura, whatever. 98 AI 2 missile frigates. So the two AIs are cooperating. Now, an interesting detail is that the AI doesn't pretend to be a human. It's a completely different thing. It has different units. It has different structures, and oh my goodness, I haven't built my turrets yet. Not that it will actually mind, because they're going to blow me up. So they have different tactics, they have different units. Generally speaking, they are nothing like a human player. Now, I have troops here, somewhere. I would have sworn I had troops here. I mean, besides one ship. So, where are you? Oh. Oh, achievement unlock. Awesome. Okay, and I'm also going to get my light starship. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the light starship gives a buff to all nearby units, increases their damage by 20%. I like it. Support structures, force field generator. As you can probably see, there's a ton of different things you can invest your research points into. Personally, I have no idea what I would go for. I mean, transport ships, construction, but you look at the turrets and you think, oh my god, some of these turrets are awesome. Look at this. Incredibly powerful long-range cannon capable of vaporizing fleets of smaller ships at once. Who doesn't want that? The design is based only on the extant scraps of data from a mad scientist's plans for a doomsday weapon using a sun as a power source. Man, that sounds awesome. Problem. It probably requires a lot of research points, which I'm not so sure I can afford to spend. Okay, so every single unit here, you're going to be on roaming defender mode. Roaming defender mode is basically the way you tell your units that you want them to attack anything that comes in here. Your engineers actually will do stuff when they're on roaming defender mode. They'll find anything that needs being fixed and they'll fix it. I'm actually going to use a complex keyboard shortcut. Now, normally you use the shortcuts separately, but this time I want units produced here to go to this planet and stay there in roaming defender mode. So I press Control, I press V, and I right click, and bam, the rally point is on the other side of the planet, the wormhole. Speaking of rally points, I should really tell them where I want them to go after they jump. So I'm going to build a rally post, which is where ships go to after they jump into the planet. There are my engineers helping it build, and now we just have to wait, and hopefully my units will be able to repel this attack. If not, I'm pretty much screwed because I don't have more units. I'm going to build a couple of units just in case. A bit too late. So, oh my. Well, 93 I'm actually one I just blow it up into little pieces. I like it. Well, this 10-minute review has actually I haven't actually mentioned anything about why I like the game or not. Personally, I like the game a lot. I am very bad at micromanagement. I can't really think under pressure. Oh, I have to use this button and then press that. So I like this game because it really just lets me focus on the greater picture. Downsides, well, the graphics aren't pretty, but I can certainly live with that. For those of you who have more experience with games, I've been playing Baldur's Gate recently. Yeah, I don't have a problem with these graphics. I like the backdrops, they're really nice. There are different planets in each place, and I haven't seen the same planet twice yet, which is a testimony of how little I have played. The game tries to make things easier. There are a few suggested features by the users which have been implemented, or a lot. I actually don't know how many, but there are users who have suggested features and they have been built in the game. So all in all, I find it nice. If you like strategy games in the big picture, if you like actually thinking what we are going to do, carrying it out and succeeding, then this game is for you. It isn't a game in which you're going to utterly crush every single one of the enemy's outposts. It's a game in which your objective is to destroy some home stations the AI has somewhere. And you're going to devote everything you have to that. And you're going to be skipping planets because you don't want to make the AI too mad, and you're going to be repelling assaults, and you're probably going to be against the strings a bit. Another thing I want to make clear is that I'm actually going to save this. Our name. Yeah, it certainly explains the situation I'm in. I wanted to point out that the game has a lot of difficulty levels, from level 1 to level 10 and level 9.3 and 9.6 and 9.8. So yeah, I am a bad player. I am not that excellent at macro strategy either, but there's an AA level that lets me play and I have fun. I don't think there's much left to say about this game. If you like what you've seen, then by all means get it. It's an indie company, and it's always nice to support indie companies. If you don't like what you've seen, of course, you're free to buy it as well, but not quite the idea I had. And with this, this 10-minute thing I was supposed to do, it has turned into a more than 20 minutes video. Oh well, consider it a special starter chapter or anything. I'll have to find another excuse for when I go over the clock next time. This is 10M Cannibal, and I'll see you later.